All right guys, Tony from the Cut Axe Throwing. One of the problems that people have when they're first getting into axe throwing is knowing what kind of axe to buy. So what we did was we went on Amazon and we looked up some of the throwing axes that are there. And I've had a little experience ordering off of Amazon, but I've never ordered these before. So this is I guess it's pronounced Wicing? It's W-I-C-I-N-G. It seems like a Chinese, so I'm gonna call it Wicing. 15.7 inch competition throwing axe. I've never tried this before. First impressions. Right, we got number one, it's a 3-pack, so you can buy 3 of them. They have a lot of metal right at the top, right? Which is something I like, so that the balance is really centered on the handle. It's kind of like throwing a hammer. This is the type of feel I like. It's got like a 3.5 to 3.75 inch throwing blade, is my guess. I haven't really measured it yet. And then it's got this kind of big beard on it. So if you're an IETF thrower, the beard is kind of cool. A great bullseye axe, potentially, with enough coverage for clutches. The handle is pretty solid, right? It's got some heft to it. But first thing I'm gonna do is just try and throw them and see how they go. They come out of the package, they're not super sharp. I think one of them has an edge. The far left one has an edge. The other two, they've kind of got an edge, but it's not exactly sharp, but that's okay. We're throwing at cottonwood, so let's see how they throw. I mean, they throw straight, guys. That's what I can say. They hit with a lot of power. They stick in really well, even though they don't have great edges. Now, I am throwing on a little bit of a soft board. But you know, in general, pretty good. Let's try another one. Yeah, these are good throwing axes for the price. So the description on Amazon is that they're $53.99 manganese steel. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I've never heard of that. But I can tell you they're hard, right? And they've got weight. So again, let's try it again. A little clutch. Ooh. Oh, bad throw. Better throw. Yeah, so 2 out of 3 clutches first time throwing them. They work, man. First impressions. Wicing throwing axes, $53.99 for a set of 3. Pretty cool. Pretty cool first impression, right? The other one that we ordered a set of 3 from Amazon. It's the THRWCLUB axe. Similar kind of concept. You can compare them, right? I will say the THRWPRO one, or the THRWCLB one, sorry, not THRWPRO, THRWCLUB one's a little bit lighter, not as thick at the base of the axe right here. Still pretty thick, still pretty chonky for an axe. Pretty aggressive, big profile on it. But it comes down to a point. I'm sure you'd have to grind this off to make it more competition ready. This is definitely not sharp. It's like a butter knife. So I don't even know if I can get this thing to stick the way it is right now out of the box. But handle's good. Head's mounted really well. I mean, compared to the Wicing one, the Wicing one's a little messy at the top. You can see there's a little damage on the heads when they're being mounted. That one looks like it might have a crack. And that's just grain. But, I mean, not bad. This one's a little bit better. From bigger eye, right? More of your traditional eye. So let's try this one and see if I can get it to stick. Both sets of axes have really good balance. I like, again, for me, the balance is centered. So final impressions of the 2 different sets of throwing axes. THRWCLUB, I have to sharpen it. It has a bigger edge, right? Clearly a bigger edge, so probably better for clutches. Balance-wise, good. Handle definitely needs some modification. It's a little too long and it's a little chonky, right? But it's still not bad for for a beginner axe. You don't have to do anything to change it to be able to throw it really effectively. Wicing axe, I actually really like it. It's cool. It's a nice axe, like good profile, right? You can see it's a much thinner axe. More of the weight is on the handle So it's gonna be more of a sticker. This one, you're gonna have to do some profiling of it to really be safe, especially in new boards. This one's gonna work out of the box, cheaper. I think they're about the same price actually for 3. This one, when I ordered it on Amazon, it's supposed to be a package of 3, showed up as a package of 1, so I have to return it and get a new package of 3. This one came as ordered, single box, 3 of them in a box. Really great deal. Fantastic starter axe. If you've never had a throwing axe before, highly recommend this throwing axe. One thing to be careful of when you're ordering throwing axes off of Amazon is a lot of times, you know, there's 2 different throwing federations. There's a WATL, Waddle, is what we call it, World Axe Throwing League axes. They have a specific spec. There's also International Axe Throwing Federation, IATF axes that have a specific spec. Sometimes you'll see online that there's Waddle certified axes and things like that that you can order off of Amazon. So Emmanuel, who helps me make these videos and works up here at the cut, he actually ordered one, again, from Wicing, right? This one you said was Waddle certified, yeah. Right? That's what it said on the description. This is not Waddle certified. This is a baby axe, right? And more importantly, this is a baby axe with a rubber handle, which is not legal in Waddle because you're gonna bounce. It's a full steel tang, so it's gonna be really problematic in an axe throwing environment because when you have metal with rubber, when you hit, you're gonna get a good bounce, right? Because both of those things don't absorb. Rubber obviously doesn't absorb the energy. It absorbs it and then bounces it right back out. Metal doesn't absorb it at all. So when you put those things together, you're gonna get some pretty hard bounces with this type of axe. Also, this is a baby axe. This is like 2.5 inches long. The thing weighs like 1.5 pounds, but mainly because of the metal tang. This is something that you're gonna get if you don't pay attention. So when you're going for throwing axes, definitely go for wooden handles, safer. Clearly, this is not a certified axe, so be careful. If you do order something that comes, it looks like this, just send it back to Amazon. Because this is not going to be something you're going to want to throw. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. We're going to put a link to the 2 sets of throwing axes I have in there. If you guys want to get some, make sure to click on our link. Helps us out when we make these videos. And yeah, again, Wicing, throwing axe, good job. THRWCLB, pretty good job. On the fence a little bit because I didn't get the 3 that I ordered, and it's kind of thick. But other than that, not a bad axe. And we're going to be carrying these probably at the cut axe throwing for our leaguers, or for new leaguers and people who are trying to enter into the sport of axe throwing. So see you guys later. Make sure to throw better.